Okay, so due to the fact that I'm just a generally lazy person and have zero motivation for anything, this interview has been sitting on my computer waiting to be edited down into a more watchable version, but I tend to procrastinate more than I actually do shit, even when it's important shit like this. So, due to that fact, I'm just going to upload the interview in full, and if I ever get around to actually editing it down, I will upload those later. But for now, for those of you who actually want to see the interview, for those of you who have been waiting, and especially for BLARG, who I know have been waiting for this to be uploaded, I'm going to upload the interview in full with just minor cuts and audio replacement for me being just a generally horrible speaker, as you can probably tell from this. But yeah, so this is the full version, and edited versions may or may not come in the future. So I hope you enjoy. So when did you guys meet each other?
Yeah, we met in school.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't. It's different in America. So it's like when 10th or I think it was 10th class.
Right? I don't
10th
know.
grade, 10th grade.
Was it when we were 14, 15, or 16? I don't
I
know.
think it was 10th grade. I don't know what that translates to, but
It's 16. Yeah,
around
10th
that time.
grade.
We're both weird guys, I guess, and we kind of got us together.
Was making music always part of the plan?
When we started music, then we were like, all right, let's make music together, because our music taste basically developed the same in the beginning. Of course, we had pre preferences before that, but that basically got overwritten with a CD I got from a friend of a Japanese psychedelic rock band called Yuri Tekoku. And we listened to this on loop, this one album, while we were working a school job. So it's like summertime, you have downtime, you have to work some days, and we were just sitting in a dark room, putting what was it like?
Envelopes.
Yeah, we're just putting advertising envelopes and just blasting this one album, and it was basically just rock. But there were some weirder songs on this album, and in the first we didn't like the weird songs, but on listening on repeat, we basically switched to the weirder songs, where we like the weirder songs more than the basic rock songs, and that's basically where our music taste developed. And of course, because of that, we had in the beginning the same music taste and a good ground point to start. Let's say, all right, let's make a band. But that's my feeling. I don't know. Do you have another feeling, or what's the same for you?
What was the question? How we made the first notes?
How we started as a band? How the idea started?
How the fucking? Oh well, I guess we sat in your room and we listened to music and we were like, oh my god, that's the best shit ever. And that we always created music, right?
You were creating music before I even started picking up an
But
instrument.
I came to your house and I played on FL Studio on Fruity Loops some fucking beats.
Yeah.
I was like trying, and you were like, okay. And then we made some vocal effects, echo effect.
Oh man, the very beginning, it was like I picked up the bass.
Yeah, that's
before you picked up the
echo.
guitar.
That was epic for me because I had no internet at the time, and Theo, he has eBay, I was like, whoa, he has eBay, and then he bought a bass for $70 or something, or the cheapest bass ever. I was like, what?
Still have it.
You can do that? Then he had this, and then we just played around with the bass he
Yeah,
bought.
you made the beats and the synthesizers
Yeah.
on the computer, and I was just playing the bass, and you put some weird effects over it.
Hey, that shit is still online, okay?
Yeah, but we're not gonna. We're not gonna rub
I
it.
could post that.
Nah,
It's not bad.
That's up for that.
Hey, it sounds
It's cringe.
sounds very artistic.
Autistic, yes.
How did you guys come up with the name BLARG?
It's a stupid name, right?
Yeah, what a stupid name. Right?
It stands out. It stands out. It's something people remember. I'm just curious as to how that became the name as opposed to something else.
I think for when we decided to make music under a name, before it was just we doing stuff. It was the usual. All right, we gotta find a name. It's gotta be good. Blah 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 blah. We gotta find something that describes us. We want to make psychedelic rock. All right, what the fuck we gonna do now? So we threw around ideas and ideas and ideas. I think for 1 or 2 years, we were like we couldn't decide on a name.
Mm-hmm.
And someday, I think it was me, but maybe it was you. I don't know anymore. I just threw in this word BLARG, and we said, "All right, that's the name until we find a better name."
That was 12 years ago.
That was 12 years ago. Yeah, it's like it was in the beginning. It was a placeholder name because I think the word's interesting. It's like multiple people said have to come up with this word. So it's not a name, it's not a word which exists really, but it's not a word that nobody came up before us, of course. It just floats in this vacuum of undefinedness. So I think that was interesting after a while. But yeah, in the beginning it was basically just a placeholder name. But then after a while, we decided to just stick with it. Yeah. Because it's I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to listen to it once you hear the name. So I think that works out pretty well for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
I noticed I've watched a couple of the live shows that you guys posted on YouTube from a while ago. And I know you guys had said earlier when you were answering questions that you started out playing psychedelic rock. So what made you go from psychedelic rock to kind of like jumping around with different sounds like you guys are now?
Why? Because I feel like I personally played so much rock, like really cliche rock. One day after 3 or 4 or 5 years, I was like, it doesn't sound like real music. It sounds like I fake old music from the past. I'm not that. I'm not that guy. I'm smarter than that. You know, there's more musical influences out there. Why should I ignore that fact? Like I'm dumb. Dumped myself down. I felt like, nah, that's not real. I really had a dialogue like, just praise every music that you really like. Just because you have a guitar in your hand doesn't mean you have to play rock. No, Tom, you can put the guitar away. You can just use a synthesizer if it fits. You can put in drums if they sound awesome. Just use them. It doesn't need to be a real drum kit. Don't try to be the Beatles, because we are not in the 60s. We don't have to record a drum kit anymore. We can use every sound we want. It sounds good. That's why I felt like it was kind of dishonest to just play rock, nostalgia reasons or something like that. Not sure, but I don't like the feeling of just rock.
I think the turning point really was when we decided to not have a drummer anymore. Of course, instead of but when we decided to not have a real drummer anymore, not a live drummer anymore, the possibilities opened up for new songs. Also, I think our music taste changed at the same time. Before it was like, all right, I like psychedelic rock, I like Zoil, it's like a French stuff. But then I switched to stuff like alternative rap and indie rock, and so our music style evolved because our taste changed, and because we said like, all right, we don't want real drums anymore. We don't need we don't need real drums anymore. We can we can do more interesting styles. Just the stuff we like to do, basically.
I kind of fetishize the bands. The analog band sound, like you put a mic into the room, you have a real drummer who built his drum kit that takes 1 hour. Then the guy has a real amp that takes 1 hour to set up. I'm like, yeah, that's the dream, right? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about a real band experience. I really liked this when I was like 18. I want to be in a band. I've been there, I've done that, and now I'm like, I'm lazy. I want to record my ideas ASAP. No fetishizing anymore. If I take a guitar, put it line in directly into my laptop, record that, put the effects digitally. I don't need a room mic. Technology allows me to do that, and I just like to work efficient. You know, I'm a lazy guy. Yeah, man, I like technology.
It's a pretty good answer. That's a real good answer,
Sure.
actually. I like that. And actually, talking about the drummer leads perfectly into my next question. What is the story with Frankie, actually? Like, how did he end up being the drummer for you guys?
Yeah, I can't talk about that. Theo, you need to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Frankie was always around. I had Frankie, I think, even before we started BLARG. I had just the skeleton in my room without legs and without one arm. Recently, I gave him his arm back. Tom just left the room, but Frankie is just when we decided to really ditch the drummer, I guess. I picked some clothes I had, threw them on him, and was like, all right, I think that's like the feeling of a surf rock drummer. I like him because from our original inspiration of Yura Yura Teikoku, the drummer looked so surf rock guy style. So I was like, all right, I like it. It fits the original roots, I think. And I basically I want to make characters for BLARG.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have interesting characters. I want to be a character. I want Tom to be a character. Frankie is a character for me. I have ideas for characters for most of the songs we make, and I like to scribble some characters and ideas, and that's why I tried to make Frankie into a character, and we took him to Frankie to some concerts.
That's true, yeah.
And it's I think it made the feeling of the band. And basically, we are a three-piece band. But since we ditched the drummer, there was like a vacant spot, and I think Frankie just really feels it with his personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It's good that even though you lost a real drummer, that you could have someone Frankie take over and kind of bring something else to it. So it's not just 3 people. There's 2 people, and then another interesting character that's kind of separated from the living, I guess.
Yeah.
So what do you think the inspiration was for how you like the aesthetic, like how you design the album covers and the overall sound that you go for in the band.
Maybe you go with the sound and then I go with the aesthetic visuals.
Wow. It's a good question. Sound. Basically, when we do sounds, we just try to make music that we actually really like. I mean, we like so much. And example, when I made Radiohead with Theodore did some drums. I think they sound really awesome. I mean, like, listen to Radiohead, listen to the drums. You're like, that sounds like new wave. So good, mastered. It sounds so cool on headphones. And I just arrogantly, on Radiohead, the song we did, arrogantly repeated the same word in the verse 8 or 16 times. Like, this guy doesn't even want to write any lyrics. Just a sample. Repeated that. And it's so arrogantly, I changed a little bit on the second verse, like I added a little guitar just to give you a feeling of progression. And something happens. And this is actually a statement. I do what I really like to see and to listen to in other artists. This is really important. Like, we have on Spotify 40,000 artists or uploads every week or day or some shit like that. And I want to make like music that's taking a little risk. It sounds like, whoa, okay. They feel like they have to show what music can do. The problem is, it's a conflict. We are amateurs, not really educated musicians. We are people who just have fun, so much fun being a good song to produce. And you will hear that. I think everybody who knows real music, in quotes, real music, knows that's not real. That's not on the level of Kanye West or something. Taylor Swift, no. Yeah. We are amateurs. They know it, and maybe they like that because we're just a small group, and we just do really what we love. We fully embrace that we are absolutely independent. Do not have to create sounds for other people. That's the only mantra we do.
For me, it's mostly just basically the same. It's like I want to do music that I would listen to. And if I'm bored of the music because it's just too one genre, if there's no, I want to listen to new sounds. That music like an alternative rap or indie rock, if there's a new sound which I never heard before, I'm interested. If it's just the same indie rock sound, if it's just the same chill rock or whatever, I'm like, all right, skip through the song to see if there's an interesting sound or an interesting section. All right, next song. If there's like a new sound, artist made something totally different, which I never heard before, then I'm like, all right, I'm interested, I'm into it, I'm gonna check out this artist. And which with BLARG producing, it's like I'm most of the time it's like, all right, we have this song, we have the structure. Is it BLARG? Does it feel like BLARG? BLARG is like a word we just throw around. It's like it doesn't have any meaning to it. It's just a nothing word, which I use to describe something if it fits or if it doesn't fit to the feeling I want to achieve. And I listen to a song and say, all right, is it BLARG? Is it BLARG? With the single "Freak Me Out," which we did. The freak out part after the bridge, before the outro, was like, all right, there's something missing. I need something that throws you totally out of the loop, and that was the part which I said, all right, that's the BLARG part. The rest is just a good song, and then you have the BLARG part. At the time we just push that into the bridge, I guess, but.
That's actually.
That's what I want to do.
I know.
New sounds.
I know we talk the whole time, and you don't even have the time to say anything, Mark. I'm sorry.
No,
that
that's
we talk so-
I think that's how it should be. I don't really like I don't really respect when interviewers interrupt all the time to interject their own whatever into the answer. I feel like if you're interviewing someone, you should let them answer the question, not interrupt them with what you think.
I just do it.
Okay, that's really cool. We were really nice. Okay, let's. I want to really focus on one thing now. Let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
And the thing is, it's really this is the fucking. Every song has like beats, like rhythm, chord progression, melodies, chorus, verse, intro, outro. All of these elements, you know, they are expected. They are satisfying. You like that stuff. But Theodore really coined the term the BLARG part. It's like a detail. It's like an element that makes the song special. Remember Abel. Like, this is not just background noise now. This is an event. Like, you challenge the listener. I feel like this is you qualify the listener. If you like that, you will like us. And on Freak Me Out, as Theodore said, we have this part like this is a sample we stole. We go to jail for this. This is a sample from a German movie Das Boot, which is a World War II miniseries. It's like submarine fighting. Maybe you know it. It's very popular. Many people in the what's the name in the world know this series. Okay, and we put it in to irritate and to the song, an event, something special happens right now. So this is a little part that
also ties nicely into the story of the song.
The story, yes, that's correct. The storytelling, but this is a real BLARG moment. And Theodore is like really. When I give him a song, I do a new song. I give him, and he goes there and really searches for that BLARG moment. If it's not there, he has the urge to find a way to add the BLARG moment to every song. Okay, so this is actually the brand of BLARG. We do so many different musical styles, and every single can sound different. We do rock, we do pop, we do trap, we do everything we like, but it has to have the BLARG moment in. That's really important.
The BLARG feel, I would say.
The feel, okay, yeah. That's so important. That's it.
That's a good answer. That's another good answer. I feel like people respect that kind of thing, I think, because you can definitely tell when people make music for money, or like there's a lot of outside interference with how they write their music. And I think when smaller groups like you guys go out on a limb and do something special, or make their music sound different than what people are used to hearing, I think people really respect that. And that's why that's why people listen to bands like you guys, because you do what you want and not what like a big music producer would want or anything like that.
I hope that I like our music, that other people like it. That's basically what the goal is. Yeah, to share it.
So when it comes to songwriting, do one of you write the lyrics more often than the other, or do you share, like, do you write equally?
I think it's nearly 50-50. It's not 50-50. I think Tom does more work in the songwriting department, I think. It's basically everyone. I have a different style of writing songs than Tom. For me, it starts with sometimes I just have a chorus. All right, I'm sitting on the toilet or somewhere else, and I have a chorus. All right, I just pick up the recorder. Until recently, I had a shitty MP3 player which I recorded, which sounds really awful, really awful. I have these old recordings. They sound so awful, but nowadays I got a smartphone, so I record it on a smartphone. Idea. Pick a name for it. All right, so And after a month or so, I go through some ideas and say like, all right, this is a 5-star idea, this is a 4-star idea, and this is a 3-star idea. And normally I only decide to go with 4 or 5 stars idea to make a song out of it. And then I go like, all right, man, I got this hook in my head from this one sample. All right, gotta make a song out of it. That's my part. I have like, all right, I'm not really good at songwriting. So I have this hook and I say like, all right, Tom, please, can you help me? I got this cool hook. Maybe we write a verse around it and develop the song together. Sometimes it's different. It's for like Brazil. Tom had a cool sample, just like this synthesizer, suicide-style synthesizer line, and it was like, all right, just on the spot. I was like, all right, hit the fucking record button, and I just threw out basically 80% of the melodies. Just they came out. I was like, all right, that's the song. We gotta write the song around it, and then we developed the song around it. I'm just talking about my style. We can switch then.
No, it's really cool. Brazil is a super song, man. It got what Grotesqualizer gift is the song of the year.
Come on,
we need to plug this. Come on, hey, we're so small. When we have a reference, we need to share. We got approved by Grotesqualizer blog.
Yeah,
they cool.
really like.
Yeah, it's an epic song.
And then after we have the song structure, because I'm not really good at song structuring, but after we have the song structure, we basically record it. In part of recording, mostly we write the lyrics one day before recording, or we write it at the recording day. And it's like, all right, good. What story do we want to tell? I'm really interested. I don't think that my personal life has that much interesting stories around it, but I think I can tell interesting stories, and I like to listen to interesting stories. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's just how I view life. And then we write the lyrics. Sometimes I write them alone, sometimes we write them together. And then for my songs, for Tom's songs, I help sometimes with the lyrics, sometimes he writes them alone. So basically we have this two-way structure. So sometimes Tom does a song, sometimes I do a song, but most of the time I require more help from Tom to get a song done than he requires from me. But that's all right. I got an individual department. After we recorded the song, we go into the mixing phase, and then it's just basically a free fall. All right, maybe I say, all right, I'm gonna take the song for like a week, work on it, put in some ideas, and then Tom says, all right, give me the fucking current sample and the project, and then he works on it, and then I listen to it and go like, all right, I got some ideas, or nah, it's all right. We send it to our guy. We got a guy for
mixing and mastering.
For mixing and mastering.
Yes,
we're gonna talk about him later. He's really great. He really helped us get the finished product out. I wouldn't say it like that. That's basically my side of how I do songs.
Yeah.
Right.
See you later, man. He's walking out. Okay. Bye. I think you pretty much summed it up. Songwriting is do you write songs?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No. occasionally, like once in a while, I'll write poetry, but I don't really write. I've tried writing songs before, but I don't. Like, I can't fit what I write into a structure, really, so I don't feel like I'm very good at it, but I've tried on occasion, but...
For me, it was easy. So I always like to listen to songs, like real, just songs. Intro, first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Like, this is the standard song, pop song form. I enjoy it. I listen to hundreds of songs with that structure. It's always satisfying. So I know you have to do it like this, and then I just use this layout and apply it. So one thing I learned from Max Martin, that's the producer for Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. Like there's a cool story where he wakes up, or he's in bed with his wife or some shit, and he's like running down the stairs to record "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and then he goes to sleep because he knew he has the fucking the hook. That's it. He has one part that he knows. He's wrote many songs, and he knew he has struck some gold. He goes to sleep now. He's satisfied. He knows next day he can make a real song out of this one fucking hook.
Then he forgot it for 1 year or something.
What?
Didn't he forget it for 1 year and then found it again?
Yeah, you're right. He forgot it. What Max Martin does is he goes to a studio or some label, and when he puts out his demo, he only recorded a verse and a chorus, and he didn't even bother to write a bridge, like an element that has a little contrast. He doesn't care, because if they don't like the verse and the chorus, he doesn't even try to write a bridge at that point. He don't want to waste the time. And I think that's the fucking spirit you need to have. If you do not have to overthink songwriting. You need to have a chorus. Chorus comes from a chorus of people singing together. And you need to have something simple, catchy, that everybody understands and remembers. That's the chorus. And the verse...
Everyone can sing.
Yeah, everybody can sing. And the verse is like a story. A story at verse 1 introduces the characters. Verse 2 has the conflict. And then there's the resolution. And the chorus is maybe the resolution at this point. The bridge is like a different perspective, like a different spirit or some shit. So, you know, songwriting is a technique. It's a layout. It's simple. So once you learn this and applied it a few dozen times or maybe 100 times, it's not a big deal. Like, you sit there, I have a good chorus, I know I have a good song. The only question now is, do I really want to stress myself wasting 2 or 3 days producing this bitch? Because you need to pick a song that's really worth your time and stress, or you get gray hair. Like, oh man, that song's actually not that good. So you don't make the mistake. Only pick a good song and produce this. Record the guitars, record the bass, the fucking vocals, backing vocals, keyboards, additional percussion. Give it to a producer who mixes this stuff together to sound really good. Master it. This takes ages. Write lyrics like a really good song. So better invest time in a good song. Learn to pick a good song. That's what I learned. I write 100 songs. I don't give a fuck. I can write 100 songs, but only one of these songs is actually really good. And you need to find that one. That's a skill, to pick songs. Is this good advice for musicians? Oh man.
Excuse me. I've seen you guys, like I said, I've watched a couple of your older live performances, but in general, how do you guys feel about going out and performing your music live as opposed to in studio or at home?
Yeah, that's correct, Mark.
You're the most you're more interested in live performance, so
yeah.
it's your question.
Being alive is something. When I say performing live, I don't mean live stream. I don't mean Twitch or anything. I mean you go to a venue, you put out your equipment and play for 45 minutes or an hour, and then you go pack that stuff and go home. That's live playing. And I liked it the first time, I liked it the second time, but then I realized this is actually only good if you have friends. Fans and friends that come and give you the feeling of friendship. I personally, why would you do that if you don't have an audience? I don't have an audience.
I mean, in the beginning we played some band contests, the typical stuff, local band contests, and we had. I would say we were surprised when two younger girls came up to us and said like, "All right, we really fucking like your music," and we were like, "What the fuck? Someone likes our music?" We were surprised at that, and they came for 1 or 2 more gigs, and then we tried to organize our own events in a local club. We paid for the club. We found some bands we liked, so we didn't just. So we organized everything ourselves. It was called the Frankie Freak Out Fest. We had Frankie as our head man, basically, and we played the gigs. We picked the spots which we felt were right. So in the first gig we played at first, which is the worst part. With the worst spot you can play in, but we were like, all right, the other guys can rock more than us, so we picked the first one, so it's a good night for everyone. And then we had Wallfacer and You Guitar Player, it's like local bands, but they're really great, and it was a great night. But in the end, not many people came because we had no fans.
Yeah.
The other bands were basically already just starting out, but they made really great music, still make great music. And so it was great music, but yeah, only friends and family came.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You're so correct. That's the big mistake. You need to be in the real talk here. The thing is, the difference between a fan, a person that doesn't know you personally, stumbles upon your music and says, that sounds really good, objectively, I like this. The difference between this and a family or friends support you because they like you personally. They don't like your music.
Necessarily. Maybe they like your music.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They like you because they love you personally. They do not support. They support you. They are not your fans.
I mean, it's still nice, but the feeling is just. You don't feel as appreciated because I mean, for me, it's like friends or family come to a gig. It's like I feel like it, but the feeling is not genuine enough because don't know. If they came because of you, because of your music. Don't know if they like the music or if they just like you. It's like thin line. So yeah, that's really. And we tried a second time, had some other great bands, but even less people came at that gig. And then we were like, all right, this is a huge money waste.
Yeah, I paid like
250 euros
bucks.
Forever.
You know how much Facebook ads I get for 250? I get 10,000 of views. I can play an audience of 10,000 people if I want to with Facebook ads or some shit like that. $250, or that's insane, man. It's insane. Just to play live. The problem is we don't have any audience and fans, so it doesn't make sense. There's no demand to play live for us at this point. But I have a mental image. I will play open air to you. I will play open air,
I think
10,000 people will
I
be
think
there. Someday.
there's two ways you can go with live gigs. It's like either you play a music which is really accessible,
Mhm.
or you know where your target group is.
Mhm.
If you play punk rock and you play in a punk rock location, you can definitely say that there's people who will like your music. But with our style, we ourselves have a hard time describing it.
That's true.
If you don't even really can describe your music yourself, it's hard to find locations which you can cater to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, and that's the part I want to play live. Yeah, it's great.
Mm.
Maybe get a bit more. You gotta get used to the feeling, because in the beginning you just stay there. All right, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but after a while you get warmed up to it, and then maybe after a few beers, and then you just start dancing. And life isn't really about listening to the music. Life isn't really about listening to the music. It's more about seeing the artist performing and having fun with the artist. That's basically life. Life isn't about...
Yeah, and you see this
rap artists.
On rap artists, man. You see the fucking videos on YouTube where the rap artist is in the club. They play 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and the background track runs with the original vocals on it. So it's just like they put on YouTube, and that's okay. But the guy is still holding a mic and says a few words, and then holds the mic in the audience, and they rap, and it's just party time. They dance, they have fun, it's party time. It's just about that the artist is in the same room with you, and you can brag about it, you can have fun, you can engage a little bit. So that's what life's about, man, that you have the fucking artist that you love in front of you. And the music, well, ever heard live music? It's distorted.
Yeah,
it's like
music is...
It's like a bass boost beat.
It's not even bass boosted, it's just like distortion on mask.
Hey, that sounds really high definition here. You rave. It's actually sometimes. On the telephone. Oh man, we talked the whole time. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, great.
Okay, so what would you say? I remember you guys saying you've been influenced by a few different bands and artists, but who would you say some of your favorites are?
Of the Stone Age, Strokes. Prefab Sprout. The Stars from Japan. Shintaro Sakamoto. Like the Gorillas. I learned that I can sing a little bit in that style recently, and I really fucking try my best to cater to that audience. I like the Gorillas. I loved them when I was 10. I saw Feel Good Inc. on television on MTV, and I almost cried because it just was so incredibly intense, the whole fucking song. This was really an experience. I remember that. This was insane. Yeah, I like these bands. Bob Dylan, Tom Verlaine. I check my Spotify.
In the meantime, I can go.
Go on, man.
Yeah. And yeah, in the beginning, before I really got a music taste, I would say that before I had a music taste, I listened to stuff like Seed. It's like a German dub band. But after listening to Yurei Uratekoku, I really got into Japanese rock. A very big influence still visually and sound wise is Usotski Babi. It's like a weird rock pop band, I would say, like that. They don't exist anymore, they stopped, but I still follow the guy on Instagram. And recently I got into very eclectic stuff, but mainly I listen to alternative rap, I would say, like that. So like JPEG Mafia, stuff like clipping, maybe yeah, can't take the top name off the top of my head, but Kanye West, I really like the drums. He really makes great fucking drums. If I just had 10% of Kanye West drums, I would be really happy. Let's say it like that. I really like the style of They Might Be Giants. They're great influence when it comes to eclectic stuff, because they just also they're kind of BLARG. I would say they're kind of BLARG. The garden is nice, and then of course I like classic rock stuff, but mostly I'm searching for new sounds everywhere I go. So if I find new stuff like Dorian Electra or 100 Gex, and yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I like the garden too, and I like that you like alternative rap. Really, I like this because that's relevant. It's really important that's really important taste. And I also like the Stooges of Iggy Pop, Lou Reed, Velvet Underground, Jack White, White Stripes, Hockey, Beastie Boys. I like the Kings. I like Suicide, the band. Alan Vega. I like Broncho.
Alan Vega's nice.
Yeah, he's great. Suburbans. I wrote a song about them. Paul McCartney, Big Up Sprout. I already have them. Lil Wayne's cool. I like Jay-Z. I like Money Boy. I like Slim Jesus. I like The Symposium. That's a band from Chicago. Like, hey, Theodore, I think you forgot that you like Mac DeMarco.
Yeah, some album too. Yeah,
He's from British Columbia, Canada, right?
but it's just like alternative rock. So
Yeah. Yeah, these kinds of artists. Yeah.
yeah, like great influences like Kanye West is a great influence for me, and classical alternative rock, and then alternative rap. Yeah. That's basically most of my biggest influences. But I like to listen to other stuff if it comes up. If it has a fresh sound, I like to listen to it. That's basically my goal.
All right. So, what do you think? Do you guys have a favorite song that you've written, or are they all? Do you just kind of write it and then leave it alone, type of thing?
I think a BLARG song, each song tells a different story to me. So it depends on my mood. So if I'm like a little bit down, I listen to, even if Tom doesn't like the song as much, I listen to Never Want to Go. It's a very personal song for me. It's about how I felt when my grandfather died, and stuff like that. Kind of wove that into a story about someone who died. But if I want a cool rock feeling, I listen to Darkness, stuff like that. Favorite song, it's very... So sometimes I just listen to BLARG, but it's easier to say which songs I don't like as much anymore, because as earlier as they get,
Let's get the facts. Come on, let's tell them.
it's like Killing is just mixed bad, and I Want to Go isn't I don't like I didn't put enough time in the drums. Drums are really they're sometimes offbeat. Greatest song. I think for me it's a hard time deciding between Urban Lawn and Darkness. Just good times feeling. And if I feel a little bit trashy but good, then I put on Turtles. Run.
Yeah, Turtles, man. Like Island, I guess. I like it.
Yeah, that's chilly.
I like the mood. I like the idea of a tropical island, and I like the idea of the sound. It's not perfect, but yeah, it's the right direction, man. You should do some tropical some.
I like the story. With the guy just playing for his girlfriend in the campfire, the beach.
It's the story, I guess. But let's say I write new songs and we release new songs. I always feel like, and I think Lou Reed said that when Lou Reed releases something, doesn't it's now something in the past immediately when he releases it. For him, the process finished, and that's the same for me. I do not feel a big relationship to the song anymore when it's out. Like, yes, I a relationship with the song for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, producing it, and the last thing I want to do now is listen to it. I listened to it constantly for the last 3 weeks. So I feel like, yeah, it's a finished thing. It's a new song. It's fresh. That's for me the thing. I look always for the next song, and I'm excited for the next song.
All right.
I like Island. Yeah, Island's pretty chill.
So, do you think, or like, how has this whole COVID-19 thing, has that affected your band at all? Like, has it affected how often you can play or get together or write or anything like that? Or do you usually just do what you do by yourself, and then when you can get together, just piece it all then and there?
And get together.
Yeah, affected us very dramatically. Really, it's.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
No. I mean it. Okay, I'm serious.
Alright.
Why? 2 arguments. First, at work we have the opportunity to make something, a product, and this product is related to the COVID-19 situation. Without this situation, we wouldn't have this work to do, a project to do, and because we have this project, it changes our available time dramatically. I mean it. Like, I had like 6-7 hours of free time every day. Thank you, I need that. Now I have 3 hours.
Yeah, I got none.
And Theodore has none because he does something at work.
I basically work and go to sleep.
So this is a traumatic effect. But the second argument I want to say is it changes a lot, because I changed my perspective on live streaming, and I live stream now on Facebook Live, not on Twitch. I just take the guitar and start streaming, playing fucking songs, which I do anyways. Now other people can listen to it, and I get feedback that's positive, and I feel like, Tom, why did you did it 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago? I feel ashamed that I didn't do it before. I wasted time, I guess.
That's alright.
Yeah, but this is the change. Okay, we have less time, but we have way more engagement with people.
Yeah.
We check out our band.
I guess it's different than most people, but yeah, because of COVID-19, we have a product which we're working on at work, which takes more time than ever. So yeah, we have less time. It's weird, but we're both programmers working in a company, and we're working on this product which is related to COVID-19. But it's taking much of our free time for the band. But Tom is still streaming, which is good, and I think we can push through it. I'm not really interested in writing a song about COVID-19. I think it's not really. It's a historical happening in the if you think about it.
Mm.
Especially if you think about the economy and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not really interested in this whole situation.
Me too.
Personally, I mean, we're not really outgoing people, I would say, like that. We do our stuff and then we just sit home. But we like this. We like this life.
That's pathetic.
Who cares? Who the fuck cares? And so, nothing much happened for us personally. Of course, we know people who are affected by this situation, especially if you think about our friends and families, especially our grandmothers and grandparents who are really restricted by this situation.
Yeah, my parents, they have like a restaurant and they cannot do the business. So they are affected, and I feel like that's...
Yeah, my parents, of course, too.
Yeah.
I mean, my parent is working in... my mother is working in theatrical stuff. So she's designing clothes and the layout for the play, I guess. And of course, they're still working, but nobody comes to view the plays because they have the actors can't together. They have a restriction of weird restrictions, stuff like that. Yeah, in Germany at least.
Do you think it's harder? I know Tom has written songs in German before. But do you think it's any harder for you to write in English than it would be if you were writing your lyrics in German, or is it pretty easy for you guys?
I mean, we want to make music which everybody can listen to if they're English speaking. So of course everybody tries to do that, but yeah, I think it's easier to write lyrics in English, I think, because if you write lyrics in your own language, at least in German, there's a higher ceiling, I would say it like that, or a higher, there's more, you are expected to write more complicated and more lyrically deep vocals. And I'm not a lyricist, I'm just a guy, so that's why I chose English, and mostly because I want to make it more accessible. But yeah, I write English lyrics instead of German.
Sounds good.
I mean, I got some song ideas which are probably gonna be in German.
Yeah, a BLARG song will come in German. Okay, now it's revealed.
It's like a.
It's the truth.
I don't know what genre it is, but it's like a Tango Wald. What genre is that? I mean, can I play this? I can play the sample.
Play the sample, bro. Just let's
It's
do
like
it.
it's a song idea which I had. It's about dancing the tango in the woods. Yeah, is it called tango? I don't know.
I know. Your military uses
But
the
like I
term
said,
tango.
just the feeling is different with English.
Yeah, that's true.
That's mostly why I chose to write English lyrics. So I got a sample right here. Basically, wrote this ad hoc. I said, "All right, play these chords."
Do you guys think, like, have you considered releasing any physical media, like CDs or anything like that, or do you kind of just want to stick with digital music?
I mean, if we're correct, we already released two albums, but they were like we made them ourselves and just handed them out to friends and family. But I don't think that in the near future, at least, we will make it a real physical release, because we're not really we don't want to make an album, I think, at the very least in the next 1 or 2 years. We don't want to really make an album. We have an idea for, all right, let's put all the old songs before Killing. Killing is still an old song, but everything with Killing and before that, we have old songs that were released on Spotify and stuff like that. An album. But I don't think a physical release really makes sense for us, because currently we don't have enough people that would buy it, I think. It's like they're scattered all around the globe, and yeah. And I wanna really go into the digital way, I think. I wanna go with digital sounds. I want to embrace the spirit of pirating, I would say it like that, but not really pirating, but people are used with Spotify and stuff like that to listen to music for free, and I really want to embrace that. I wanna go and I want to do more digital. Like, I have ideas for videos, music videos, which are not real music videos but are video games. That is an idea I have. Let's see when I'm again working on that. But so you have a music video, all right? The song plays, but I want to make it interactive. All right, how do I make it interactive? Just have a high score, and it's a jump and run. All right, that's an idea I have, and I want to try that out. I want to try the full digital way. I want to have merchandise. I have weird ideas for merchandise. I don't want to go the typical stuff like CD or whatever. I mean, I'm working in I have a job in a CD factory. I'm used to pressing CDs, I guess. But I don't think the media of CD will hold up in the future. So I think I want to go to full digital if possible, but still I want to make physical merchandise. But I don't think that pressing the music in any kind of format anymore. You have t-shirts are the first, like, for example. You have the best merchandise stuff, characters from the band, like if you get a vinyl pop vinyl from Gorillaz, you get stuff that's dependent on the song you like. Like, I have an idea for perfume. I want to make perfume which is customized to either us or the song. Just like these weird ideas, but I mean, it's of course it's too expensive for us currently, but I want to make merchandise which is really specific to either a song or which really is more value than just, all right, I supported the artist. No, I want to make merchandise which gives you something back. Like t-shirts are a great way. All right, I like the artist and I got a shirt which I can wear, so I don't have to be naked. But like stuff like perfume or like, that's why I don't like figures, because they just stand around and get dusty. All right, you can look at it. All right. That's my view on digital physical merchandise. What's yours?
Just give everyone a Frankie. I mean, Frankie is like it's like 5 foot. It's a skeleton on a stand.
I mean the plastic is like 60 euros on Amazon, I think.
Yes, you have to send. I think this merchandise should be memorabilia, like you remember. And CDs are still important as memorabilia emerge when you go to a live show and buy it. You don't buy it because you have a CD player. Nobody has a CD player, of course. But you buy it because you like the band, the guys in the band, and just want to support them. And you want something with a booklet, and you put it out and say, "Oh, that's cool."
I mean, I have my CD collection right here, but
I bought vinyls. I don't have a record player. I just bought it because it looks good, and I like the artist. And maybe it increases in worth. In 5 years, it's 10% more on eBay. No, I don't sell it, but but the thing is, merch. I think T-shirts are standard. Maybe that's boring.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
I don't wear band T-shirts. I wear black.
I got 2, but one is from my other band, and the other one is
so. Yeah. I think, maybe you should do it like what was the name? Flaming Lips. They put out a USB stick in a skeleton head of jelly.
And a fetus.
You have to go with.
You have to eat the fetus or the head to get the USB stick. I like that. Yeah, I like that idea.
It's like gummy bears, and you have to pull out the USB stick.
And they got like a physical toy which has a spinning disc.
I'm not joking. I saw it on YouTube about Flaming Lips merch, and this inspired me. You should really think about interesting ways to package your music.
I mean, I got an idea for Darkness for flower vase.
What's that?
A vase, so you can put flowers in it.
I mean, like, okay.
Just merchandise ideas.
Yeah. So
it's practical. I like practical stuff.
So physical release, CDs and vinyls. Nah, it's boring. It's not our style. Nope.
My last question is, what do you guys think about fame in general? Like, not just for you personally, like just how do you feel about fame and famous people?
I don't know famous people. I don't know them. It's to be famous. For me, it's unreal to think about fame. And maybe there's positive fame, negative fame. People love about you or some shit like that, like Slim Jesus. Positive fame. Some heroes. I don't know. I think everybody. I want to be famous for 10 seconds, and if I don't like the feeling, I want to stop being famous after 10 seconds. And if I like it, I want to continue 10 seconds more. And if I don't like that 10 seconds, I will stop. So fame, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's so bad. I have no idea.
I think fame is a great opportunity, and at the same time it can be a great curse. if you're the best fame you can have, I think, if you have niche fame. So if you're like, all right, I have this thing I can do, I'm very good at that, like I can do TikTok or I can do Instagram or can do YouTube, and I have this very small group of people, then sometimes there's people who are like, all right, hey man, I know you from this and that, and I think that's all right if they don't go overboard. If you're like famous like Brad Pitt or stuff like that, I think you just lose every kind of way to have a good time in public, and that's not really nice. So I think the best way is if you have a niche which you can cater to. They really like you and they support you. They can share your stuff, but at the same time, it's still good if they give you feedback, real feedback, not positive, not negative feedback, just feedback. They say, all right, hey man, I really like your stuff, but maybe get a fucking vocal coach, stuff like that. I heard that.
Learn to sing, man.
Yeah. So I think it's just a balance. I think I heard from one guy, the best thing you can have is no fame, but you're rich. Yeah, but some people want to be famous, and I wouldn't say that I want to be famous, at least.
I would like to taste
I would like to have some people who know me, but yeah, my private life is my private life. I would like there's a distance between me and the fans. Yeah, if fans go too far and follow you home and stuff like that, that's too much. That's too much. But it's nice that people acknowledge you and that people want to talk to you. That's very nice. That's a great basis. Because, yeah, I think there's not much with the digital age. There's not much contact. I mean, I'm introverted, so I'm not really the person who contacts. It's still nice to talk to people like this. That's everything there's to it. I mean, we're humans. We're social animals. We want to talk to people, but it's not the same anymore, I would say. That's just my 2 cents, I guess.
Applications. I want to talk to you, but I don't want to have to. Yeah, it's the worst shit ever.
No, it can be.
Yeah, if you have control.
You can have control.
But if you go to a restaurant and people actually look at you, it would be the worst.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Depends. Yeah, but that's just my way.
Yeah.
You.
Cool.